Hello and welcome to Draw With Me. I'm Danny Gregory, and we get together every Thursday and just hang out, draw, tell dad jokes, chat. But if you haven't already, please introduce yourself in the chat. Love to know where you're from at the very least. I'm joined today by the fair JJ Gregory.
Well, hello, I'm back.
She's back. She's back. Yes, thank you. JJ is always welcome, and yes, every so often we have somebody say, "Who's that woman again?" So
Yeah,
here she is. She's JJ.
I'm here.
She's here. She is vigorously chatting in the chat thing.
I know. I love seeing all this. I mean, we have so many states. Not quite as many European people because I think they haven't changed. I think America changed their clocks. Europe does it in a different. So I think people in Europe are still confused.
Helen isn't. She's here.
I know. Well,
Welcome,
because
Helen.
she knows the minute she ends her Spark class, she just hops right over here.
Usually we think of the Europeans as being behind us, but in this case, it is actually vaguely true. Yeah. So, what? Speaking of Europeans, what about that Irish coffee?
I mean,
Yeah.
shouldn't we just have St. Patrick's Day more often?
I've been drinking Irish coffee for 2 days now, so yeah.
We did have a Guinness. We did not make Irish coffee, sadly, because we only had half and half in the house,
That's
and
true.
that just wouldn't be right. But we did have a Guinness, and we had Irish Bangers, which they sell at Trader Joe's, only this time of year.
True.
And yeah, we had a good old time. It feels like more than a week ago, doesn't it? Feels like a great distance of time.
I suppose so.
Some weeks are just like that. I feel like the days, the weekend sort of dragging along. We've also it's been raining. I mean, a lot of people have been dealing with rain. Yeah, I don't know. Weird week.
I think it has been a strange week. People are just getting ready for April Fool's Day is what it is.
No, it's not time for that yet.
I am. No, but you need the full month
I mean,
to get
April
ready.
Fool's Day is also the Sketchbook School unofficial anniversary.
That is true.
The very first Sketchbook School class was launched in April 2014.
It's true.
So it's almost a decade.
Yeah. It's distracting because I am going to flip you around. Because you keep doing what we said you weren't going to do.
Okay, well.
We had a whole discussion
Yeah.
about whether she could look at me now. There you go. See, now we're looking at each other. It's like the Brady Bunch.
Tricks with cameras. All right, nobody cares. Nobody cares. Should we talk about the mail?
Yes,
Whoa.
let's talk mail. No, let me make a couple of announcements
Okay.
first, and then we'll talk mail.
Okay.
No, let's do the mail first. Let's do the mail. What the
Yeah,
heck?
let's do the mail.
So, so hand me some mail. We
We got the most incredible.
Well, why don't you explain what the story is?
So
with the mail?
we shamelessly elicit cookies. Solicit cookies.
And elicited, as it turns out.
Yeah, but people send us all kind of cool stuff, and I have to say, this week in the mailbox was an all-time great
All-time great.
haul. I mean,
So
it
much
really
good stuff.
was pretty exciting.
So yeah, so let us share it with you. Hold on.
Those are cookies.
You're handing them. Are you going to hold them up here?
Those,
Do you want to hold
I
them
don't know
here?
what you want me to do, but yeah,
Why don't you hand them here and I can put them on the
those
camera?
are the perhaps
So
the
we have-
finest cookies in all the land.
These are delicious.
Oh my goodness sakes! I mean, real nice stuff.
These are rosemary cookies.
Shortbreads made
from
by Fran Cooper.
Fran, thank you, Fran.
We got cookies from people sending us their favorites from the store.
Yeah, these are delicious.
We got.
Wait, we need to acknowledge who sent us this.
I mean, off the top of my head, I can't remember.
It came with this.
Oh, right, in a package.
And
yeah.
a beautiful letter. Can I have the letter too?
Yeah,
Yeah, so here it is. I've got it. So this is this beautiful card. Look at his handwriting.
Amazing.
My God.
Amazing.
So this came from
Heather Monroe. Heather Monroe.
Yeah. And she sent us this Bon Maman tarts, which she says are her favorite treat, particularly when she goes to Paris. And that's great. But then she also sent, look at this. She sent this for me to take on a trip.
I know. I
have to go on a trip
Coincidentally,
first.
we're going on a trip in a few hours.
That's true. But look, it has some Tombow markers.
I mean, God, this is extravagance.
It's got Tombow markers.
I almost feel badly that we're
It has a little
asking
palette.
for all this stuff. But
It has a little palette.
It's kind of fun.
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
It has a little palette, and you can mix. I've never seen this before, but it's basically a blending palette. So you put some Tombow down, you mix it with another one, and then you can actually mix colors. Never thought of that before.
Awesome.
And it has a blending guide.
Yeah, okay.
And then she sent a little moleskin. People are, I think, desperate to know about this stuff.
I know.
And a pencil. So,
yeah, but we have a lot to get through. We have a lot to get
so
through. Heather,
thank you.
wow,
Thank you so much for that.
you outdid yourself. But the most touching and beautiful thing is that card, and I believe Heather made that card. It is stunning.
Beautiful.
Stunning.
And then, look at this.
I mean,
some microchip cookies.
is that not
Yes,
the
from
cutest
Nancy
thing?
London.
From the Big D, from Dallas, one of our
London.
favorite places to visit.
Thank you so much for
Nancy,
those.
amazing.
Consider them eaten.
This, I think, is a very clever take on sending us
Very
cookies.
nice, very nice.
Yeah, David, I think David is
says,
here.
Yes, Dave Tarza.
I mean, very
suggested we
cute.
send
That's
cookies.
going up on the windowsill.
There
That
we
is
go.
going up. We have so much more stuff, but I
Yes,
feel
we're
like
gonna
we're
have-
spending
yeah.
too much time on the mailbag.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
So
But
we'll get back. We'll share
We'll
some
share
more stuff
more
with you next week.
mail, yes, next
Right.
week.
I just
thank
want to remind
you.
you a
Thank you
couple
for
of
all the
things.
cookies. Yeah,
Thank
sorry.
you. A couple of things. Podcast. We did another episode yesterday talking about having time. If you haven't had a chance to listen to it, please do. It is available here on YouTube, and I'm going to this morning upload it to the actual podcast system, so you'll be able to hear it. And what else? It is. You can come next week and join us live if you'd like when we record it. What else? If you haven't yet, you can get this book called How to Learn and to Draw and Why You Should, which I wrote.
And it's free.
And it's free. And you can get it for free. Just go to sketchbookschool.com and you will see a place to sign up for it and get it. So that's the commercial part.
Should we get to today's topic, which I'm pretty excited about?
So today,
Pretty excited.
as you I'm sure know, is International Puppy Day.
I mean, puppy appreciation at the forefront of
It-
everyone's mind.
It's also, as Mary's pointed out, 32323.
Yes, and my sister Jackie's 65th birthday.
No, she doesn't look a day over 64. So, yeah.
She looked younger than I do.
So, yes, it's all good. What else?
So puppies.
Yes. So we're talking puppies. So here's the thing. We're going to talk about our puppy, former puppy. But you are welcome to draw any puppy you would like, or draw anything you want to. But if you'd like to draw our puppy, we will be presenting her in full force. But we're going to, of course, do a bit of reminiscing because...
I mean, let's gaze
All right.
upon the puppies.
Okay, so for some reason this keeps doing this. Yes, so let me just show you. We're going to narrate this. It's going to have no sound, but yeah. So this is when we first got her. This is Twiglet. We first got Twiglet, and yeah, she. At first, I was disturbed by this, but this is like a lot of dreaming going on, and all kinds of stuff going on when she was sleeping. So yes, here she is coming out into the yard for the first time, and discovering. I keep thinking about the fact that she's really spent her whole life in our house and in our garden, and here she is exploring it for the first time, discovering grass and
A large extension cord.
yeah.
Look, oh my goodness sakes.
That's a cute animal.
Come on.
That is cute. So yeah, so there she is, doing various things in the garden. There we go. But she's been housebroken basically since we got her. She has housebroken herself. She's also broken a lot of stuff in the house.
Yeah, she's a
She's
very big girl.
extremely vicious.
She's
extremely
been
vicious.
Very attacking,
Yeah, just
attack barking the door
I
today.
mean, we're all covered with scars from this animal.
Oh, look at that baby.
Zooming, leaping,
Can you just die? I
and
mean,
so forth. So this, what you're looking at her now is 3 months, 2.5, 3 months. She's now 2 years old. So she still has all this vigor.
Yeah,
Right
this
now
is-
she's snoring in her basket, but generally she's still
this
full
dog
of
loves
energy.
to play. She loves to play.
Loves to play. Lots of energy. So yeah, so that's Twiglet. And I'm just going to show you a couple pictures because there's going to be one that we're probably going to work from. So here she is the day we picked her up. We got her in Compton, California. And
Straight out of Compton.
yeah, she's was very small.
She was a pugtato.
Pugtato here, but also immediately took charge and was completely in charge. So
That's my favorite
loves
picture.
to chew. Fortunately, doesn't destroy anything. Only chews the appropriate stuff. There she is. And I think this is the drawing. This is the picture I want to draw from. It's kind of a hilarious picture, but I think it shows what she's all about. So get ready. Let's do some drawing of Twiglet if you are ready.
What are you going to use? What supplies?
I'm going to do something different, which is I'm going to work with Posca pens. Not something I usually do.
Yeah, we in fact just got them at Blick last night.
Yeah, but we've become very enthusiastic about Posca pens, in part because we're doing a class at Spark with an incredible artist named Corp, and he does stuff with Posca pens that I found deeply inspiring and fun. So I'm going to be working with Posca pens.
Fun.
Yeah, I'm going to be working with Posca pens, probably some colored pencil, and some other stuffs. And
Twiglet is not immensely colorful, so I'm not. Are you going to do a
I was thinking the same thing.
colorful rendition?
And I thought, a lot of times when I draw Twiglet, she has a black face, and so it's tough because it's always like, if you're drawing it just in black, obviously you lose a lot. But I thought, I don't need to draw her in black. I can draw her in any color as long as I have that contrast. So I'm going to draw her in kind of yellow and blue.
And did you prime these pens?
I did. They're primed. They're ready to go.
Okay, cool.
If you're a Spark member, by the way, and you are getting ready for this workshop, don't forget to go and we put
Prime your pens.
No, we put up a special video.
Oh yeah.
That Corp sent us today. That is really great and you'll get to meet him. You'll get to see his studio. You'll get to do some stuff. So anyway, if you're not a Spark member, you're probably annoyed that I'm talking about it. So too bad. I won't. But so these Posca pens, if you've never used them, and I hadn't really used them much, they are acrylic. They're acrylic paint, essentially. And they're pretty fun.
That's a real scritchy, scratchy sound.
I like that sound, yeah. So what I'm going to do is you can color in with them. They make that old marker sound. But they're not really like regular markers, If you've never used acrylic markers, you should definitely check them out. There's Posca, there's a bunch of different brands. Edding, there's a bunch of different things. But I'm just going to use them to kind of lay down this layer of color, and then
I have to say it's pretty bold of you to use a thing you have basically never experimented with.
Yeah,
live on camera.
Bold is my middle name.
Deborah's asking, do Posca bleed through? Well, Deborah,
check it out.
We're gonna find out.
They don't, because this is a special book which doesn't bleed. This doesn't. What is it called? I forget what this is called.
Is it not on the front?
No, I forget what it's called. Render. It's paper that's designed for markers, and it doesn't bleed through. So you don't have to worry about it. But I think these acrylic markers tend to bleed less than ink markers, because it's acrylic, so it's sort of sitting on top of the paper rather than being absorbed into it, I think.
Yeah, people are commenting they don't really bleed through on regular paper, so...
They don't bleed through on regular paper?
Yeah. That's
again, because it's paint.
General consensus.
It's not ink, it's paint. And that's one of the things that's nice about it. Another thing, look at how it's having a problem focusing on this. Another thing about it is opaque. And when it dries, it is also will not reactivate. So unlike gouache, it is, once it's solid, it's solid. You can't rework it. But again, I don't pretend to be an expert in this stuff, but
you don't pretend to be an expert in anything.
Like in all things, I don't pretend to be an expert. However, this is a brush. It has. So.
Oh, layering. So.
Yeah. What were we going to say?
I wasn't sure. Are they going to have a confluence of
No, Are they going to merge, you mean?
Yeah, was there going to be
No, look at how it's
crisp and clean
totally. Look at that.
with
Crisp.
caffeine?
Totally, man. Totally crisp. Crisp.
There's a beer we like called Crisp. It's a very good name.
Do you have to bring that up right now?
I mean, we do usually talk about beverages at some point. Might as well get it out of the way.
So
have we told everyone that we are going to Tucson to see a live taping of the NPR show Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me?
yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
fun.
we're going to drive down there in a couple of hours. And so that show will be on your local affiliate NPR on
If you listen
Sunday.
really carefully, you can hear
You'll hear
JJ
us-
talking in the audience.
You'll hear me laughing, clapping.
You'll hear her braying laugh from the back row.
Yeah, we're excited.
Yeah, that'll be fun. We like that show, but it'll be fun to see. It'll just be interesting to see what it's like live.
I know. I mean, it's a. I don't really know. I can't even
like being
really. My imagination isn't projecting. I'm just like sort of curious about it, and I'm not imagining how it's going to be. I just am waiting to see what happens. What happened with that foot? My goodness.
This bottom foot?
Yeah.
You'll see.
Twiggy has really cute feet. I mean, she's just everything about her is cute, but her feet are very cute.
Let's readjust all this stuff. Now that I know her general size. Okay. So all right. I'm planning to do a lot to this, so if it's looking kind of crude right now, just you wait. It's gonna achieve awesomeness over time.
Oh, someone's saying Twiggy's feet smell like Fritos. Yes, they do.
Can they smell them from there?
Well,
They do. They do smell like.
we say tortillas.
She always has a sort of sad, grumpy look on her face, although she's never really sad or grumpy. So she has, I guess it's resting bitch face.
I mean, she is a female,
female
dog.
She is a female dog, and she doesn't rest that much, but yeah,
She's resting right now.
that's true.
She's snuggled up in her little bed.
See, I don't really know what I'm doing, so may not come as a surprise to regular viewers of the show, but it is. That's why I'm looking forward to this workshop. I finally learn how to use these buggers. Corp is a pretty cool guy. He's
British, right?
yeah, he has a YouTube channel if you want to check him out, KORP, and he's very English, and he's sort of like a street artist guy.
Uh-oh.
Dog
Neighborhood dogs barking sometimes means
they're celebrating
the
Puppy
boss.
Day.
The boss is going to need to chime in.
Celebrating Puppy
Oh,
Day.
she seems to be sleeping.
So I do like these pens. I think I have to let it dry for it to become really opaque, because right now it looks kind of crappy, but we'll get to that anon. So what I'm kind of thinking is I'm going to bring in these are Derwent Inktense. And this is sort of a similar color, so I can if I want to keep some of the sort of lines of this pen. Like I like the kind of the fact that you can see a bit of the paper through it, but I can also start to add in some other colors. I don't have that many different colors of Posca pens, so
Did you see this question from Jane? Are the Poscas making the paper pill at all? I mean, again, Danny is using a specific kind of marker paper. Some
I saw
papers get torn up
I
pretty
watched-
easily, can't take much layering.
I watched this video that Corp sent to us today, and he talks about that specific issue. And he says it can be a problem unless you use the right paper. So there's definitely kind of heavier, shinier marker paper, and that will help. I would say if the smoother the paper, probably the better. But I think it also depends on how hard you push. Like, you don't really need to scratch with them like a pen, like a marker or a pen. You can just paint with them more. And I think if you do that, you're less likely to disrupt the paper. That's just my initial thought, but see if this is getting dry.
I'm surprised that isn't making her bark.
It doesn't make it what?
Bark. It sounds like somebody knocking on the front door.
I kind of like this yellow and blue. I mean, I think it retains her pugginess, but yet it allows me to kind of get in there. The black. We should never have gotten a dog with this much black on her.
Oh, don't even say that.
I think in the future we have to really think about drawable dogs before we pick another one. Make sure that we get
Tim was mostly black, and you sure drew him often enough.
That's true. Tim had markings, though. Tim was actually more interesting to draw than Joe.
Yeah, Tim had a lot of different colors.
Joe was a long-haired red dachshund, and his brother Tim was a black and tan dachshund. I certainly drew them a lot. I've drawn Twiggy a lot, too. It is nice to draw your dog. If you never have, or another pet, but particularly if you have a puppy. If you have any time, that's part of the problem is when you have a puppy, you're spending so much time cleaning up after them and stopping them from killing themselves that you may not have much time to draw them.
So what else did we see? So sometimes when we're trying to decide a topic, we go Google and look at, what day of the week, because there's some celebration. There's some, it's puppy day today, but it's also National Caffeine Avoidance Month. What else did we see? I mean, it's always just kind of hilarious when you go and look at those things. Like, what will they come up with next?
Wasn't there some kind of like moody thing, like National The World's Going to Hell Day or something like that? There was something that was like, I was like, wow, we're definitely not going to do that.
Yeah, I don't remember. Blocked it from only positive thoughts in my mind today.
Yeah.
You've given her a slightly worried looking little face.
Yeah. It's true. She does have a slightly worried looking face. Although she's not, as far as I can tell usually. She's a happy dog who loves to play. Loves to play with toys. I've never had a dog who is as toy obsessed. So I'm just kind of going back and forth, layering stuff on top of this Posca pen and, just trying to give it more depth. I mean, there's different styles you can do with Posca, and one of them is to do something that's like super flat, where you have just very flat colors. And then I think if you have a lot of different colors, you can do this sort of shading and layering with different shades of the same color, which I think is a nice effect. I just don't have very many of them. So. But I'm really excited that I came up with this idea of changing her colors, because I still think it's still her. It's still a pug, but I'm not lost in the blackness of the face. It is nice to use really intense colors, I have to say. So maybe I need to have something around her. Pink? No. Green? No. Should I do something around her? Yeah. Okay. Maybe. Maybe I'll just leave it. I can feel the opportunity to ruin it coming on.
Don't project negative thoughts.
No, but you get to this point where you say, okay, I can do a bold move now, but I'm feeling a little nervous. I think that's legitimate because I'm doing this for the first time with these guys. These Poscaterians. Does anybody have any suggestions about how they use these kind of markers? Or how they use markers in general? I'm always interested. I used to use markers, in pre-computer days quite a lot because they were really a lot of the times the way we would draw, particularly in advertising. That's how you would make comps and things like that, was using markers. And I remember that smell, getting kind of high off them.
Yeah. Supposed to use a booth to use the spray adhesive.
Yeah, a lot of people do that.
We never use the booth.
Yeah, the booth. Forgot about that.
Oh, Corey B is saying, I use the Poscas on wood and ceramics.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
So I think what we're going to do with Corp is we're going to use them on cardboard.
Yeah, I love that.
I like the idea of that. In fact, when we were at Blick yesterday, I bought a bunch of cardboard, and I'm definitely going to be going back to that. I used to do these acrylic paintings on cardboard, and I want to go back to trying that again.
Yeah, you have had great success with cardboard. I mean, the panels that we hang in our bedroom are my very favoriteest thing.
Yeah, they used to be in the studio, and maybe you've seen them in past Draw With Me. So they used to be the background.
Yeah. Has anyone commented on your new background?
Nah. It's still a work in progress.
Yeah.
Not ready to solicit responses to it yet.
For a second, I was like, why'd you give her a goiter? And that's her back foot, I guess.
That's her back foot, yeah. Or maybe it's a goiter.
So Helen is saying you can add water to Poscas to blend them. I scribble them in a palette and blend them with water.
Oh, interesting.
Very cool.
Let's give it a shot. So we just put in some yellow. Oops, that is very yellow. Put in some orange.
Do you have water? You have a water brush?
I do. I have water right here.
And you go in the former lemon curd jar. Oh God, that lemon curd is good.
Yeah, that worked.
Helen is so smart.
So now what? What do I do with this color that I just mixed? Is it still opaque? And is it going to make the ink tints run? That's probably the problem because it's wet. This paper is not great for painting wet on because it's really designed for markers, but maybe what I could do is I could make like a light pink. Because that's the problem is...
You mean to do around her?
Yeah, but maybe I'll just do pink. What do you think? Did I ruin it? Definitely been feeling this need to have something going on outside. I like kind of having maybe a white kind of edge to her. It doesn't smell like alcohol, because it isn't.
Oh, that scritchy, scratchy noise is a little tough for me.
It's tough
Like
being
the
an
blending
artist's
stump.
wife.
Ugh.
Do you think Van Gogh's wife ever complained about the sound of his markers?
You know what I'm going to do?
Put in earplugs?
No, I'm going to eat a cookie.
Okay, so we'll get to listen to you eating cookies instead.
Well, at least it's going to...
Yeah, that didn't ruin it. So I guess theoretically I could take this wet brush and I could sort of feather out. Ooh, no, that was a terrible mistake. Oh, no. All right, so don't do that. Don't do what I just did. I think when it dries, it'll be okay. I pray that it'll be okay. Yeah. See, because that's the sign that it's an authentic Gregory. The fact that
That's your signature, the
blob.
blob?
The fact that it has some apparently unwanted blobs on it.
Maybe it's like she just made a little peewee on the rug.
Maybe
and
that's why
the
she has
face
that
she's making.
expression.
Yeah.
She's looking like, I'm sorry.
I did a
I
little peewee.
I realized you just bought me. I didn't really get that highlight right in her eye. I'm using this Presto Jumbo correction pen because I often have jumbo corrections that are necessary, but it's kind of like white gloss paint. Yeah, you can't. Once you put it down, you're stuck with it. So.
I mean, I don't think you really captured her googly eyes. They say about pugs, one eye on the bread, one eye on the butter.
I'll accept that critique.
But you've got her really, I mean, that eye is definitely, they're both looking in different directions.
She looks a bit more like a
boxer.
Yeah, like a boxer. That's what I meant to do. This is a drawing of a boxer puppy. That's why you name your art at the end after you're done.
Right.
So you can make up for any foolish mistakes along the way. I don't know, I think it has a certain amount of pathos to it.
You gonna do any lettering?
Maybe. Red? No. Blue, maybe? All right, so let's try some lettering. This dip pen with India ink isn't ideal on this paper. It takes like forever to dry or something. There's something about it that isn't great.
It's all just gonna smear?
No. I think it just takes a long time to dry.
Ah, that G.
guess I could do this with Posca pens, but probably not. All right, so there's a caption. You see? See what the ink is doing here? It's starting to go crazy.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you have a paper towel?
No, that would make it worse. It's just kind of bleeding out a bit, but it's okay.
It's because you're
you
too close to the blob. Wet. It's because you got in blob territory.
You're right, I think.
It's part of the pee-wee puddle.
It is drying, the wet, but this paper does not like water. Lesson learned. So, yeah, look at it. Look. Oh, my God. Again, that's my signature look.
The blob.
The blob. Oh, well, I guess this one won't be going to Sotheby's. I have ink on my hands, so there's an opportunity to get more schmutz on the paper.
Do you have a towel?
I do. I got it. I think I got it off. So yeah. So don't do that. But when it dries, I'll fix it. It's one of the things about working the way I do is you learn lots of ways to fix things or to make completely disastrous things seem intentional. There we go. It does look like a tadpole, it's true. So, okay, so for a first ever outing with Posca pens, well, reasonably successful. What do you think, JJ?
Yeah, I mean, bold choices.
Yeah.
All around. And with boldness, sometimes comes blobbiness.
That's going to be my new t-shirt. With great boldness comes great blobbiness. All right, I'm done. It's a wrap.
Wow, early wrap up.
Yeah, that's the thing about Posca pens. You move quickly. Take no prisoners.
Oh, Monica has given you the ultimate compliment.
Uh-oh, it has a Van Gogh feeling to it.
Yeah.
But Van Gogh would never have done that. Or maybe he did and we never knew about it.
I think your lettering is better than Van Gogh.
That's true. Van Gogh didn't, he's not really, yeah, I don't know. He wrote with a bamboo pen, so maybe that was his problem.
We have someone who's being rather demanding.
Yeah. Oh, Monica says you want to show more mail.
No, I mean...
Or we can stop. Do you want to just run out of time early? Run out the clock?
I mean, I don't know what it is in your mind that you want to do.
I don't think
going... Yeah, you're done? We're done.
I think I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
We're done. It's you know, sometimes the week was slow, but the draw with me just flew by.
I think that's fair. Yeah, I think it's... I'm actually quite happy with this. We also have this conversation about there's sometimes with Draw With Me where we do lots of drawings, you know? Like last week we did, five drawings that all made one drawing. But sometimes we do one drawing that we spend a lot of time on. So I feel like I need to just let this dry and then come back to it. And I need to deal with this horrendous blob. But that's okay. So, yeah, I think we're
done.
Alex wants to see the
twig.
twig.
We have to let sleeping dogs lie. Sorry, Alex.
Yes, well,
she's here, but she is not snoring. Sometimes when she's in here she's like audibly snoring on the feed. She's awake.
She's awake. She's alert, and she's not coming on camera. So yeah,
she's gonna go stay at our cousin's house tonight.
Oh no, sorry about this. Let me just fix
Whoa.
it. Yeah, I know, I'll fix it. There we go. So yes, a few last bits of business. I want to see your puppies, pug or other. So please share them on social media. Share them with hashtag SBS Draw with me. And check out the Art for All podcast. This week we had, I think, a pretty interesting discussion about how do you find the time to make art? And there's all kinds of reasons that we think we don't have time. So please consider that something. Danny'sEssays.com. I write an essay every Friday. It's free. And you can get it. So just go to Danny'sEssays.com. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And I don't know if Robert Crumb is still here. He seems to have dropped off, but he did remind earlier, give a thumbs up to this if you like it.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you, Robert, for that. And we will see you on Monday. I'm going to be reading another essay. So look, I'm sure by now you're sick of me. I know JJ is, but you can see me Friday. Let's see. Monday, I read my essay on YouTube. Tuesday, I send out my studio notebook. Wednesday, we do the podcast. Thursday, we do Draw With Me. And Friday, I send out another essay. Saturday, we sometimes do workshops. Sunday, I drink heavily for 14 to 18 hours. So there we go.
We sleep.
Yes, we sleep and get ready for Monday when it all starts again. So thanks for being here today. And JJ, thank you for joining me.
Hey, it was my pleasure.
And for managing the responses. It will be great to see you again next week and to see your beautiful puppies. Have a great day.